This is what's in the box.
What's in the box?
This is what's in the box. See, it's right on
Where
the
in the
thingy.
world's Carmen San Diego?
Here. There you go.
What's
well,
in the
you
box?
can't see that either. What? What?
Snape.
Okay.
Snape. Severus Snape.
Dumbledore! So we're doing videos.
It looks like 2,000 videos.
Yeah, but it looks really grainy and old school YouTube videos. YouTube. But yeah, but we're trying the videos.
Okay. I'm kitty cat. And a dance, and a dance.
So that should be fun. We gotta get some stuff, so hopefully the next time it'll be better, look better, sound better.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
Some things have to be put together a little bit.
Yeah.
We gotta put some stuff together.
But we figured we would try this, we would see.
We're trying it.
Yeah, we would, because it's fun. And we did the thing that I said I was going to do, like, months ago.
The garage.
Yeah,
we just need lighting now, because we look spooky.
Yeah. You gotta get lighting, something.
Yeah.
A light right there or something.
Yeah.
Anywho's. So, do you want to give updates?
About?
You.
Oh, me!
Yeah, things have happened with you, and we had doctor's appointments, and we had things.
I spilled gasoline all over myself.
Yeah, you did. You want to tell? you want to tell that story? Because that's funny.
Oh my god, it was horrible.
Can you give the whole scene, like even your call to me?
Which call?
Like,
which one?
Like why you were there, and then
Oh.
like your panic call after.
That one was.
Like,
That one was therapy, right? Not physical therapy? Yeah.
yeah.
So, Thursday, we had... Yeah, Thursday?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Thursday we had no gas left. No gas money left. And he was supposed to get paid at 3-ish.
Yeah.
That's when he usually gets paid on Thursdays. But I don't get paid until like 10 on Thursdays, so I was like, well, we'll see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
I had enough gas to get to therapy, and I was like, I don't want to cancel therapy because I don't want to get in trouble and then lose my therapist.
Yeah.
So, I went because I had enough gas to get there, kind of.
Sort of.
And luckily the therapist is right next to a gas station, so I was like, it's okay if I as long as I make it there, like,
we're fine.
I'm right by a gas station. Zach gets paid at 3. I have his card. Like, it'll be okay, right? And the appointment is at 3. So I was like, he has a whole hour to get paid.
Theoretically.
Theoretically. Well, that didn't happen. He didn't get paid on time. Or at all. Not until the next day, actually. So, so I'm sitting at the gas station waiting for him to get paid after therapy. And it's like 5:30, almost 6 now, and I'm like, oh shit, and I'm like, I have to go to work. I don't know how this is gonna like, I have to go back to Kakana, get ready for work, and go to work. None of that happened, clearly. But his dad sent me some money to put gas in the gas tank. And so I get out, and I'm trying to...
She's all frazzled.
Yeah, I'm a little,
Because she cut...
I wasn't really thinking, and it was cold, and it was super fucking windy, and I hate being outside. I hate the cold. I hate the cold so much.
And she had a gas station person staring at her.
Oh my god, yeah. The whole time I was sitting there, the gas station guy's just staring at me. Which I get. I was there for like, what, 2-3 hours?
3 hours.
Like, maybe not 3 hours.
It was 3 hours.
I got out of my appointment at 4.
Oh, I thought you got out earlier than
that. So, I mean, I would be staring too. I'd be like, what the fuck is this person doing just sitting here talking to herself? Anyways, right next to the therapist.
He really...
He probably sees it all the time.
Really sparks some shit.
So...
You know what? I haven't talked to my imaginary friends lately. You're right.
So I get out, I start pumping gas, the wind is hitting hard, and I'm like, oh my god, I just need like $30 in the tank to get home. Like, if I just can get to 30, like, we're good. And I can go home, and then we can fill the rest of the trunk later. And so I go to stop it at 30, but instead of stopping it, because I don't know, I was just not thinking, and instead of hitting the trigger to stop it, I just pulled the fucking hose out, the nozzle out, and the wind was so fucking ridiculous that now I'm drenched in gas. Like, just a little bit, because when you pull the nozzle out, it triggers it to stop anyways, but just a little bit that came out before it was triggered to stop just completely covered me in gasoline. And I was like, cool. I just want to cry now. Like, I just want to go home, go to bed, and cry.
And then I called you and asked you where you were, and you told me, and you were like, I'm just over today.
Today's done. I'm done.
I don't want...
I can't do this
I don't want to do this anymore.
I had to be emotional with someone, and then I got stuck at a gas station, and now I'm covered in gas.
Yeah.
I'm getting high on my drive home. Because the whole truck smells like gas, because I smell like gas.
I'm the problem.
It's me, okay?
But you made it.
I did.
So there's that.
And I changed my clothes and took a shower. And
I know you said that, but I was just thinking about that when we were doing that too. I was like, it's been a minute since we've had to like.
It's been a minute since I've had to financially do anything like that. It's been a minute since I've been so broke that I was stuck somewhere waiting for money, or like stuck, just waiting for money. Period. So it was like, okay.
But for what it's worth, we still were able. I mean, like, we don't have a lot of extra money, but even with that, we were still able to pay everybody back, and we still have enough money to do all the things we need to do. Bills are paid, everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, I kept telling you because you were like, did you get paid yet? Did you get paid yet? And I'm like, nope. Nope, not since the last 5 minutes you asked me. If I get paid, I will definitely let you know. But before that, everybody had their doctor's appointment. No, it was after.
Nope, it was the next day.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Yeah, everybody had their doctor's appointment.
You had a doctor's appointment, the girls both had a doctor's appointment, and I had PT. My last PT.
Which, I don't have cancer, so for all of you that were worried...
I don't know.
Although we don't...
Anyone knew.
Although we don't know for... Yeah, because you've said it on, like, the last, like, couple.
Oh, have I?
Yeah.
Well, welcome to our
that
life.
I should get it checked.
Yeah, your skin...
But, well, I don't know for sure. I can't 100% say that I don't. But she looked at it and, like, pushed on it and was like, no, it's
She's like, it's just scar tissue.
Yeah, it's just scar tissue. That's what happens when people over-itch things, like bug bites and stuff. It just heals weird.
Do you over-itch things?
Yeah. I have a rash on my... well, not a rash. I have irritation on my neck right now from my necklace. That the only reason why it looks bad is because I keep itching it. Yes. Anyway. But I get labs done this Friday. Labs. So we'll see what's really fucked up inside in here.
Yeah.
We'll really see. See if I got any kidney damage or
You're fine.
cancers.
It's traumatic.
Or anything like that. Well, that's what they're checking for.
Wow.
But
we don't need any more kitties in this garage. Go away.
Oh, that too.
I don't know if we told anybody.
Nope.
Do we?
No.
No.
Go ahead.
Whoops. Well, it's more of a whoop. It's more like a.
Like a oh.
Oh.
Cheryl had a death experience.
Yeah. Well, it's Zach's fault. According to Emma, it's all Zach's fault. So, yeah, I came into the garage, a few days after Halloween?
Yeah.
Like a week after Halloween? To put away the Halloween decorations. And as soon as I opened the garage, there was a cat in here. And I was like, oh, what the heck? And I looked at it and I was like, oh, you are dead.
You are dead!
And Emma goes, it's what? And I was like, it's nothing. Go away. And she's like, what is it? And she came in here. She's like, is that a dead cat? Yep.
Is that a dead cat?
It sure is a dead cat.
I was really hoping that would actually help.
No, you're just hurting me.
Oh! We'll do it interrogation style.
Oh my god.
Anyway, go ahead.
Anyways, so...
I didn't like how dark it was.
My boss at work, though, said I was mean for posting it on Facebook.
Why?
Because it's mean to tell someone that their cat died in your garage.
I don't think that's mean. I think that's nice that you at least, like, let
That's what
somebody
I said.
know.
I was like, if my cat ran away and died in someone's garage, I'd like to know. Like, anyways, the reason I think the cat died, I'm almost 100% sure,
is my fault.
is because Halloween, can you stop? We hadn't opened the garage door since before Halloween, since we pulled the Halloween decorations out. So it's been a while. And Halloween, it snowed, so it got below freezing. And it was below freezing all that night.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the cat just froze.
Well, because
he wasn't hiding anywhere. It wasn't like he was like...
Well, the reason why it's my fault is because you had said something about a cat being out because of the ring thing. Because of the one that looked like O'Malley. This is where my thought process, this is why I didn't say anything. Is because you had messaged me, you're like, did O'Malley get out? Because there's a thing on the ring cam about a cat, like, around our house.
Yeah, that looks like O'Malley.
That looked like O'Malley, and I was like, no, he hasn't been out at all. And then I was out smoking a cigarette, like, the next day, and I heard meowing, but I thought, because you said that, I thought it was just, like, the cat, like, walking through, like, the yard or the neighborhood or whatever, because it wasn't, like, aggressive. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't like O'Malley when he's trying to get your attention.
Like,
yeah, it was just like meow, meow,
oh.
meow. So I just thought that, like, okay, there's a cat around the neighborhood, it's just walking through or whatever, and it wasn't, like, really loud. And so I didn't even think to check the garage or anything. I was like, okay, it's just gonna keep going, and then I didn't hear it after that. But then also it snowed after that, so. So yeah, my daughter's convinced that it's my fault because I didn't come check on it.
Which we haven't found the owner, so I don't know. But a lady did come and check it for a chip and take the corpse.
Yeah, so it was...
The body.
That was funny. Because Cheryl was like, so this lady's coming in the morning, so she'll take the cat or whatever and she's going to scan it. It's like, okay. So she gets here, and she's like, yeah, I'm here, is it in the garage or whatever? And so I showed her in the garage, and she's just talking. She's like, yeah, I do this for a living, and I'm probably really weird or whatever, because, like, I have no problem dealing with dead animals and stuff like that. And I was like, okay. Like, I was just like, all right. And then she's like, oh, my scan gun's not charged. I forgot to charge it. I'm sorry. But I can still, take it away or whatever, and I'll scan it later, and I'll let you guys know. And I was like, okay. She's like, yeah, I'm really weird. I've been told I'm really weird because, I like to, I deal with dead animals all the time or whatever. I was like, okay. And then, and she's like, okay, so, yeah, when I get it scanned, I'll let you or your wife know, if I find the owner or anything like that. And I was like, okay. And she goes, yeah, because I got a friend at the who cremates whatever. Yeah, and was like, and she was like, yeah, because I don't mind like picking up dead animals. I'm probably really weird like that. And I was just like by the third time I was just like, okay, thanks. Do you want me to validate that you're weird?
Are you looking for me to tell you you're a weirdo?
Do you want me to be like, wow, that's weird?
Wow, you're weird.
Sorry, your weirdness does not compare to the rest of this house. Sorry, I'm not impressed by your weirdness.
We're pretty weird too.
But, yeah.
Yeah, I asked him, I was like, how did she pick up the cat? Like, because the box was still here. And I was like, so how did she pick up the cat? What did she do? And he's like, she just grabbed a bag and picked it up with the bag. And I was like, oh, well,
Yeah.
that's not as weird as what I had to do.
It wasn't even like a black. It wasn't even like a black bag either. It was literally like the white stretch fit garbage bags.
Oh.
But yeah, that cat was like.
I didn't think to put it in a bag.
That that cat was stuck though. That was pretty funny. She picked it up and it was still like.
Well, yeah, it had rigor mortis like crazy, and
it was
so when I was trying to put it in the box that wasn't the same length as the cat, I'm like, oh god.
So, we have holidays. We have holidays coming up. Yeah.
The thanks of the givens.
I would like to do another one of these sometime in that weekend since we have off.
Well, we have the whole weekend. So.
I'm also doing one with my dad.
I got my birthday.
In here. Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask you about.
My birthday.
What's your grandiose birthday request?
Oh, I literally just told my family, which by the way, no one has done anything other than me yet. Just pointing that out.
It's not your birthday yet, as reminded by Emma.
I would like to say that you could have started like yesterday.
I could have.
Or when I first asked. Anyways, my request for my birthday was that the house was completely cleaned. Like, clean. Like, start over clean. I was like, that's all I want.
Yeah.
That's it.
And then she can go around and give notes and tell everybody that they didn't do it the right way.
No.
Yeah.
I can just fix it. But it'll be easy because everything will be, so it'll just be
close enough.
Yeah, it'll be close enough to where I'm just like reorganizing basically. It's okay, because nobody knows how to put anything where it goes.
Well, that's my problem with cleaning is that like I can do your version of minimal cleaning, but also if I do that, you're like, why didn't you do this? I'm like, it's clean. There's nothing on the floor.
That's not clean. That's picked up.
Anyway. And you want the house clean, and there was another thing you said you wanted for your birthday.
Oh, I wanted to go thrift storing, but we already did it.
Yeah. Well, I didn't know if you still wanted to go see if there's anything else.
Yeah, well, I want to try to find Christmas trees, but when I went to that thrift store the other day, their Christmas trees were about the same as Walmart. I was like, well, what the heck? Why would I buy a used Christmas tree for the same amount that I can buy at Walmart for? It wasn't quite Walmart prices, but it was still up there. I was like, okay.
It was close.
Yeah. I was like, I don't have the money for these. So I guess we're just going to decorate the porch and balls.
Porch and balls.
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 I got Christmas balls to decorate my porch. Ornaments.
So how do you? How I know we've talked about this before, but how do we have?
Have we talked about this before?
Talked about a lot of things before.
Mm-hmm.
But how do you feel about holidays compared to now and before?
Which before? Kid before or other marriage before?
Either one. Compared to now, like this year, today. Even if it's like holidays that you've had with me and my family compared to now.
I don't know what you mean.
I mean, how does it change? How do you feel about it? Has it gotten...
Okay, clearly it's changed for you because...
Are you more... No, like, are you more, like, excited about it? Or... I don't know. Just how has your feelings of holidays changed?
I wouldn't say it's changed much. I've always been really excited for holidays. I've always been overly excited for holidays. I like it's like the only time of the year that I like socializing. I like being around people. I like giving.
Giving?
I'm a big gift person, so I like giving. I like seeing people be happy. I don't know. I just enjoy stuff like that. I think that's why I like Halloween so much, because it's super easy. I literally just have to give everyone candy. I don't have to put any thought into the gift. It's literally just candy. Here you go, candy. Hey, candy. Here's some more candy.
Any candy.
And kids are like, yay! And parents are like, thanks. And I'm like, here you go, here's candy. But I love Thanksgiving because I love food and I love having my family together. And I guess the difference, I don't know, when I was younger, growing up in Michigan, my dad's side of the family is a big family. Like, I have 3 uncles, and 2 of them had families of their own, and there was grandma, and, so when we got together for a holiday, it was a full house. It was, everyone's here, everyone's got their kids. It was a big ordeal.
To do.
And I adore my family, so, well, at least back then. Not saying I don't now, just there's not much of them left.
That was a very abrupt backpedal.
But then, I don't know, I guess when we moved to Nevada, it was like, oh, it's just Aunt Jody's house, but I still really enjoyed Aunt Jody's house. I think it was just because togetherness and family and all that.
Mm-hmm.
But then my last marriage, it had its moments. There were some holidays that were good. The family get together with the in-laws, get together with my parents. But my ex had a way of ruining every holiday. Every single one. It didn't matter what it was. He had a way of making it all about him, and if it wasn't about him, it wasn't about anyone. So, so holidays were kind of dreaded. Like, I was just kind of dreading having to go and do anything. Just leave it like that. Yeah.
That's what I was going to do. I was just making sure that it was actually on.
And now with you, I have really good in-laws now, which I didn't have before, so,
That's nice.
So I really thoroughly enjoy holidays. I enjoyed getting together. I like when your families like come over for Thanksgiving. Let's go do this for Christmas. Let's go do this for someone's birthday.
So is there I know you said that you like giving and doing stuff, but is there a part of, besides being around people and family, is there a part of Thanksgiving or Christmas or whatever that is specifically special to you? Have you not even thought about that?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't think I've ever thought about it. I just like the idea of a together family.
Of like a reason to get together?
Well, no, just like a family that does get together. Like, I just like the idea of like family acting like a family that you would see like on TV or
like Leave It to Beaver?
Yeah, like, the traditional family like look of it or whatever. Like, I don't know. I guess there was a moment in life where I didn't really have that. So it was kind of nice. It's kind of nice to, and I remember having it as a kid, and I thoroughly enjoyed it, and so it's like, I don't know, it's kind of nice to have that back.
It's one of those things that really get you in the feelers.
Yeah, and I don't know, your family just, I don't know, they just bring it out of me. Like, I'm just like, I'm excited. Like, I don't know, like last year we bought presents for everyone.
Yeah.
Everyone. And this year, like, Emma wants to help cook Thanksgiving dinner, and I'm like down. Like, I'm like, yeah, I want to be a part of that too. Like, I want to, I don't know.
I don't know. I enjoy. I think I don't really know how or why personally. I haven't really thought about it all that much, but I feel I've been a part of other people's Thanksgivings. I've been a part of other families' Thanksgivings. I had many friends that would invite me to their Thanksgivings or family things. And I don't know what my family does different. I'm not saying my family is awesome at everything, but it's just different. I've been at family, especially Thanksgiving and Christmas, where I've been at families that, yeah, they're there, yeah, everybody's eating and around each other, but nobody really cares that they're there or who's there. You know what I mean?
Your family just makes everyone feel welcome, warm, and comfortable.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
They make it feel like your parents are really good at making their house feel like it's your house. Like they're really good at making you feel like you're not. It's not like that. It's not like that grandma where you. You know.
Sorry.
It's not like that grandma where you go to her house and her couch is covered in plastic and you're like, should I even sit on the couch?
Yeah.
Should I sit on the floor maybe? Like, I don't know what the rules are here. Like, where's the bathroom? Can I use the bathroom?
Can I ask where the bathroom is?
Are they going to be weird about that? Like, I don't know. Your parents just are really good at making everyone feel really comfortable, warm, safe.
Feel free to poop whenever you want.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what I was saying, is that I've been to other people's, like, Thanksgiving and Christmas or whatever, where, like, and for the most part, like, my grandma and grandpa, my dad's parents, yeah, we talked with people, but that's kind of how it felt there, too. It was just kind of like, yeah, everybody was there, because they were, like, especially my dad's parents, like, everybody came to Thanksgiving and Christmas, especially Thanksgiving. But, like, so everybody was in the house, but it just felt, I don't know, you had just little
cliques.
Yeah, that was it.
That's how Jody's house felt.
Yeah, it was like my dad, my aunt, and me and like two other people, my cousin for sure. And then, like, there would be another one, and it wouldn't be like a...
It wasn't like there was a kids' table. Yeah. It was like there was a family's table.
Yeah.
Like this table is for grandma and grandpa, this table is for your dad's family, this table's for this family. For sure.
It was kind of like that, and it didn't really feel... I don't know, it didn't really feel like people were actually there for everybody, that they were just there to... It would be like if you went to Thanksgiving to only talk to Tiffany.
Yeah.
And then leave. And then be like, okay, bye. Like, that's kind of how it felt.
But I've early on in my Aunt Jody's, like, going to my Aunt Jody's things, it was, I think it was just because I was younger and it was easier for me to just be a part of things and talk to people, talk to strangers, or talk to anyone. But as I got older, I got a little more reluctant and a little more reclusive, and it would, I don't know, it just got narrowed down to, like, 2 cousins.
But I think that's...
It was like, that's about it.
But at least what I've saw, and from other people that have been at my family functions, and like I said, I'm not saying that my family is, like, the greatest, but is that that's a big thing, is that it's not like that. Like, at one point or another... everybody will come and talk to you and, like, at least try to, like, have a conversation with you.
Yeah.
It's not like we 3 sit in this corner and talk all night and then nobody knows what happened with the rest of them. Like, that's how my family's always been. So that's, for me,
I think that part of that is your mom.
It's weird.
Because your mom just kind of, like, herds everyone.
She's a social butterfly.
Yeah, she just kind of herds everyone into, like, one area. She's just like, come over here. Let's all come over here.
Come talk to me.
Like,
my mom
she's
is
adorable.
She is. My mom is probably the best person for holidays. Just because she also, a lot like you, she also feels holidays. It's not just a thing that she has to do because it happens. Like, she loves to do holidays, all holidays. She loves her family being there, and she likes doing that. She likes going around and making sure everybody, like, is good, and then kind of being like, oh, you should tell your brother about that, or hey, you should talk to your dad about that, or, like, kind of...
Your mom is so funny, though. with like how intuitive she is about people's feelings. Like, it's overly so. Like, there could not even be anything wrong with you. And she's like, "What's wrong?
Are you okay?"
Yeah.
Like,
she's so cute.
My whole life.
She's so cute.
You're fine, right? You're okay?
She's just, like, always checking in.
Mm-hmm.
She's just like, "Everything's okay?
Yeah.
You're alright?"
Which is nice.
It's not a bad thing.
It's nice sometimes, but also, like, when there is nothing wrong and you have somebody like, "Are you okay?" You're like,
"Are you sure you're okay? I don't think you're okay."
I was, until you asked me. Now I don't know if I am or not.
There are times, though, where I can tell there's something wrong with you. Where you're, like,
Yeah.
grumpy or something, and your mom is like, "Are you okay? What's wrong?" And you're like, "I'm fine." And I'm like, "Oh, yeah, because that was believable."
That was some good acting on your part.
I'm sure your mom's really going to believe you now.
Good job, dummy.
I'm fine. Oh. Now the whole house knows you're not okay, but yeah, it's alright.
Calm down.
Calm down. Go listen to some Kids Bop.
You just start saying that. You just start saying that to people at family functions.
Huh.
Go listen to. Do you need to listen to some Kids Bop?
I said that to Emma the other day because she came at me about something, and I was like, "Calm down, calm down." And she did it back. She's like, "Okay, I'll calm down." And I was like, "Go listen to some Kids Bop."
Would have been funny if she went upstairs.
Actually, listen to Kids Bop.
You know what? I do feel a lot calmer now.
You just can't help yourself, can you?
It's,
You're like, "Let me play with it."
It's fun. I like it.
Whee!
It's fun. Yeah. So, do you have anything?
How
For what?
have the holidays changed for you? I think you kind of explained it. You said, your grandma's.
The holidays have changed for me perspective-wise. I don't think they've really changed for me as far as, like I didn't really, sorry, I was going to say I didn't really have, like, a shitty ex-husband. I didn't really have, like, you know what I mean? Like, I had, like, my ex-girlfriend, I had another family that we did Thanksgiving, but that's kind of what I was saying, is that
it was like the plastic couches, like,
yeah, it was kind of like everybody was happy.
Can I joke about that?
This is kind of what always threw me off about her family's Thanksgiving, is that everybody was so jokey and, like, having fun and being around everybody and whatever.
But the minute you made a joke, everyone got quiet and
No.
No.
During the cooking process.
Yeah.
Like, while people were in the kitchen.
But then when you're eating.
But then, like, once that was done, like, the whole rest of the day, it was that. It was, like, you had these 2-3 people that talked to each other, but everybody else kind of was just like, good dinner. Yeah, good food. Yeah, and that's kind of how, it's just awkward. But, like, but yeah, I would say, just over the years, my perspective on things have changed. I don't think I like holidays for the fact of getting together. I like that. I like being around my family a lot.
I like being around your family a lot.
I just think the need to do, and nothing against my mom, but the need to do what my mom does, of, like, go around and make sure that you say hi to everybody and, like, "Oh, I haven't seen you. Oh, what's going on with you? Oh, did your son get his braces?" Like, stuff like that.
See, but you don't feel like you have that need to do that because your mom does it for you. Your mom does it for everyone. It's going to be very different when your mom's not there.
But at least right now, I completely understand that. At least right now, I don't have the need to do that. So I can sit, and I think that's the part that I enjoy the most. And I know it's not, I'm sure that it's not as fun for you sometimes. That's the part I enjoy the most now, is I can sit at the counter with my brother and talk for 2 hours and have no need to go to the rest of the house or see where
you're
anybody else is. You're going to end
up like your dad, and I'm going to end up like your mom.
Or anything like
that's
that.
Going to be the difference.
You're
going to be sitting in your armchair waiting for people to come talk to you.
No, I don't
And
know. I don't know if I don't know if I would sit in the armchair. I think I would, at least for their house. I don't think I would go so far as that. I think I would sit in one spot for sure, but I don't think it would be as away.
Well,
I
don't think his armchair is away as people think it is. It's not away. He can hear us. He's right next to us.
I mean,
I think your mom feels that way about it because of the direction in which the armchair is turned.
that's what I was saying.
Because everyone's facing the kitchen and he's got his back to us.
It's to the side over in the corner. Yeah. I think I would stay in the kitchen for sure. But I don't think that I would, like, be over there.
But even when the kitchen chairs start hurting you?
No. I just get a different chair.
You're going to bring your recliner into the kitchen?
I'll move it.
There you go, Dad. That's the way you gotta do it. You gotta move your recliner to the kitchen.
I'll move it in there before everybody gets there.
But that's my chair.
It's my chair.
Get out of it.
But no, I enjoy that more now, getting older. I enjoy, because I get to see my family a lot more than most people get to see theirs. Yeah. For sure. But I feel like I don't actually get time to sit and talk with them.
Enjoy them. Yeah.
Because most of my family's like this. I think most of my family is like this. We don't talk on the phone to each other. And when we do, it's very short increments because we have stuff going on.
Yeah.
And so...
You have lives.
When it's holidays and we know that, for the most part, we know that everybody has this chunk of time where they literally have nothing to do but sit here. It's just nice to be able to sit and talk and bullshit.
Well, it's like an update on everyone's lives.
Yeah. I enjoy that. I enjoy just sitting and talking with my family at holidays. I think that's the only thing that's changed for me. I think seeing, as far as Thanksgiving goes, I think Christmas has changed for me just because it's... And my dad said something about this a long time ago. I told him about this a long time ago, but he said something like there's a point where Christmas will change for you. It'll be less about you and more about everybody else.
Yeah. But see, that's the thing. I enjoy Christmas so much more now.
It's starting to get that way where, like, I really enjoy... obviously the kids and stuff, but like as far as my family goes, like I enjoy, even if we don't get anybody presents, just seeing what they get is enjoyable for me. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like when me and Brayden got the Mario thing. Yeah. I thought that was so funny. Like obviously like I got part of it, but I just thought that was funny that for her 30-year-old sons, my mom got us a Lego set. Yeah. Like, it wasn't just a Lego set. Like, it was something that, like, we would actually, like...
be interested in.
Yeah. Just stuff like that, and, like, seeing what people get and what people get for other people is just... I don't know. That's enjoyable for me. Yeah. I think that's the only thing that's really changed for me. I mean, my family has pretty much done holidays the same forever, so...
Yeah, I don't know. That's definitely been a big change for me. And I don't know if part of it is because... we've talked about this before on here where I think that I have a little bit of neurodivergency. Mm-hmm. And I think I'm not sure what it is. And we're getting there. We're working on...
We're figuring it out.
Getting testing and stuff done. But,
yeah, speaking of... Did Emma...
Emma's gonna get tested. I have to call Monday.
She said that she wanted to, but I didn't know if she actually said something about it.
Nope. They put in a thing for it. They put the thing.
A request?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That thing. A referral. They put a referral in. Anyways. But as a kid, Christmas was enjoyable. I mean, you got stuff. It was a typical kid enjoyable, but I felt like I had to be a certain way. I felt like I had to act a certain way. I felt like I had to. It was like a show. It was like I had to put on an act every time, because it was like I couldn't open a present and just be like, "Oh, thank you," like.
I think that we should. I understand it's not polite, But I think we should push our kids more to be honest about presents.
No, that's the thing.
If you don't like a present, I think you should be able to be like, cool, thanks, and not be pushed to like.
Well, and I don't think that wasn't really it either. It wasn't like I opened it and was disappointed what was in it. I was just like, I don't know. I just didn't.
You had to be overly excited about it?
Yeah, I felt like I had this need to, like, open it up and be like, oh, wow! Every time. Like, it didn't matter what the gift was.
The way you're so good at acting?
Yeah, maybe. But now, as an adult, like, I don't really have to do that for one, because, one, the gifts we get are usually we're opening them like on our own over in the corner. Everyone's watching the kids, so I can just be like, "Oh, thank you, Chris," or "Oh, thank you, Zach. Thank you, Mom." Like, you know, "Thank you, Kimberly." Like, I can just like, just a little like, and I don't have to be like, "Oh, wow, a gift card!" Like,
I think you should. I think this Christmas you should do that at every single present.
Every gift I get. Oh, wow!
I think you should.
Thanks, Mom!
I think it'd be fun.
Yeah, so...
I'll record you and then we'll just...
But now, it's so much more enjoyable for me because I get to watch the kids, like, open things up. And even when they're not overly excited about it, I'm excited for them. When they just open it up, they're like, "Oh, cool, cars." And I'm like, yeah, cool, right?
Cars.
Like, well, not like that. I'm, like, pushing them to be like, yeah, cars! That's exciting, right? Like, I'm just like, I'm excited. I'm glad you like it. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm not, I don't know. I'm just...
Excited?
I'm excited, yeah. I'm excited to watch everyone else be happy and play. I love watching the kids want to open things. I love opening the things for the kids.
What?
Something felt like it kept vibrating.
Oh, I don't know. Probably your hand hitting the table.
Do you feel that?
Yeah. It's the phone.
Oh, that's weird. Sorry.
So I gotta ask you a question because we're going to work. I know you were going to work, maybe. I can't remember what was happening.
Something was
happening.
happening.
But I gotta ask you a question because I didn't actually ask you.
Okay.
So you said something the other day that I wanted an answer on, and I was waiting.
So you're waiting for the podcast?
Yep, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yep, I was. So
I'm nervous.
I was being doomsday, and you were like, "You're so cute." And so I was gonna ask you what you meant by "you're so cute," because like you started to, and then we left.
Because you're always like, because
I'm always the ray of sunshine.
Yeah, because you're always like, "Oh, it'll be fine, and then every time I'm doomsday, every time I'm like Eeyore, like, "Oh, I don't know." You're like,
we're gonna end up in a box outside the door.
You're like, "You're so doomsday. You're so sad. Like, it's okay. We'll be fine." And then you were doing it, and I was like, "It'll be fine." And you were like, "I don't know." And I was like, "You're so cute." You try so hard, but like...
But I'm also a human being.
Yeah. It's just funny, because when you get doomsday, you get aggressive about it. Like, and I'm just like, oh my god. It's okay.
I just thought that.
I might do it more often, but I'm not aggressive like you are.
No, I just get really heavily sarcastic about things.
Yeah.
I don't think it's aggressive like... We might as well just not pay anything.
That's kind of how you are, though. He says I'm not like that, but he kind of is. He's just like...
Well, I don't know, because I say it in my voice, so I don't know how to give an example that doesn't sound like me.
He's like... well, I guess we're just never going to work again, and we're never going to pay for gas, because we're never going to have gas, because we can never get to work. I'm just like, yeah, never.
Nope. Not gonna happen. Might as well stay home.
One of these days I should just really piss you off, and when you're being, like, extremely doomsday, I should just be like, "See, I told you! Told you the whole world sucks!"
I don't know. At least before when that happened, just now. It's just that I don't know, when you're like that, my brain is just like, she's just being obnoxious. Like, this is gonna happen and this is gonna happen. And it's not as bad as she thinks it is. And my brain's just like, we're fine. I don't understand. But like the whole gas thing. Like, my brain was like, great, now we have to pay these people back. Because we didn't have money, and now we're not going to have this money, and we already weren't going to have money, so now we're going to have even less money. So now next week,
see, but that stuff's
right
okay
before
to
we're
me.
going to get paid,
okay,
then we're not going to have money, we're going to have to borrow again, and then we're going to have to call into work, and then we can't call into work, so what's the point? Then we're just going to keep in this cycle, and so that's why when I get in that mindset, I'm like, what's the point? Might as well just stay home. There's no point in even going to work, because we're not going to be able to pay to go to work anyway.
See, and that's where my brain differs, because when it's
But when
something
you do it,
controllable, I'm okay.
What?
And that's something that's controllable. It's controllable because I can pick up hours.
Well, that's what I was saying, is that when you say stuff like that, that's how my brain sees it. Is
Yeah.
like, yeah, all this, I don't know, I'm just, for some reason, with you specifically.
Because I get doomsday about things that are not as controllable.
Well, even that, with you, well, you would think that my brain would be less understanding about that than things that are logical. But when you're upset about things, my brain immediately has every sort of positivity on the planet. Like, I'm pretty sure most times my brain would be like, you're going to find $30 on the side of the road, so I don't even know why she's stressing out about this. This is going to happen. I'm not saying that I've had that thought. I'm just saying, like, my brain has that sort.
Cheryl's unscrewing the
My brain-
dryer from the back, trying to.
My brain has that kind of positivity when you're like,
scrambling.
yeah. So like when you're doing it, like it's not that big a deal to me, which is why I'm able most times to be super positive with you and be like, no, it doesn't happen, because my brain completely believes that. My brain, for some reason, when it's about you, and it's not, it's about us, but that's not how my brain sees it. When it's about you, my brain is able to see every sort of positive outcome that could maybe happen, short of like the world opening up and us falling into a pit.
Mm-hmm.
But when when it's about me, or when something happens like in my brain where it switches and it's personal for me and not just me like looking at it for you or through you, my brain just can't get out of like that. Finding $30 on the side of the road is no longer an option. Like it's you're not going to be able to get out of your house to even go to the road to find that $30 that may or may not be out there. Like my brain just stops all of that positivity when it comes to me.
Mm.
And so that's my way of making it easier for me to deal with, is just by being really snotty and sarcastic about it. It's just to make it as ridiculous.
It's fine. We'll just sleep for the next 3 days.
It's to make it as ridiculous as possible out loud, so that my brain can hear what I'm saying out loud. And it's like, okay, that is the most ridiculous scenario, not like what we're thinking about. You know what I mean? But yes, I get it from your end. It's funny.
You're cute.
Yeah. So, is there anything that I haven't really asked you? But is there anything that like you've thought about, or you want to talk about, or you want to ask me? Or I assume that you really didn't think about anything. 'Cause you've been pretty busy.
I have ideas come to me all the time, and then they
But
just...
you don't write them down.
Yep.
But they just don't get written down.
They just don't get. I don't know
crazy.
what happens.
It's just crazy.
I don't know what happens. They just don't get written down.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then you put me in front of a camera, which is my
You've been doing very well though. I'm throwing that out there. You've been doing very well. Also, it should help because it's really shitty video. So
Dumbledore. Snape, Snape, Severus Snape, Dumbledore.
So no, you don't have any other.
No, I can't think of anything right now.
Well, then I have one more. Ooh.
Oh,
I have one more at 6:30.
Okay.
So we still got time.
Okay.
I have one more.
You hear it?
Uh-oh.
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 Uh-oh. You still have my Halloween tablecloth on the table.
I know. I put it on there because I like it. I kept it on there because I like it.
Oh no! They're coming for me! Actually, they're
you?
probably coming for my daughter.
It's the ambulance.
Oh, well then that's for the son.
So, okay. So, one last thing.
Wait for it. Wait. Go.
And we're rolling.
And action.
So, I thought about this a couple weeks ago.
Mm.
Mainly because I was going through paying bills and stuff like that, and things that...
Sorry, my hair's being... I don't know, my hair... Whoa.
What was
it's
that?
just doing its own thing. I don't know.
I like the big poofy thing outside.
It's poofy because I washed it.
I know.
So it's like...
Anyway. But I was thinking about this,
Got a
is
lot of
that
volume.
there are two types of people, and I don't know where you want to go into this, but I was thinking about this, that there are people that are okay being in the place that they're in, and there are people that want better. And that separates not only for them, but also, like, for their kids. Like, there are people that are, as much as it sucks, there are people that are okay with, and this is a bad example, but hitchhiking to work every day to make enough to make rent and have food. Like, there are people that are okay living that life and have no ambition to... They're managers at McDonald's.
Uh-huh.
There are people that are okay having that and want no more. Don't want more education, don't want to do more things, that are okay with that. And then there are people that's not good enough.
Like your sister.
Yeah. My sister being a good example.
Yep.
Is that nothing's good enough. That there's always more. There's always more to do.
They're driven.
And I was going to talk to you because I feel like a part of that in my family is a bad example because we have all variations of that in my family. But I think a lot of that is upbringing and how children are raised. I think there's a part. I think there's a part of it that's just you.
As an example, as far as your family, I think a lot of that too is also your personality and your mentality.
I agree.
Because look at the difference between you and your sister. I'm not saying that you don't want more, but you're not as driven as she is.
No.
You're not as willing to sacrifice everything to get to a different point.
I'm a lot more logical, less than. I don't know. I wouldn't even say. Well,
I don't
yeah.
know. She's not really impulsive, though.
I wouldn't say emotional either. It's just a different switch in the brain.
Yeah, but in your other siblings too, there's things that they're driven about, and there's things that they're just kind of like, I'm okay with this. And I don't think it necessarily has anything to do. Well, I mean, obviously, how you're raised is going to play a part, but I don't think that's all of it. I think I think things that have happened in your life are going to affect it. I think, other people in your life are going to affect it. I think I would be driven differently had I not gotten pregnant when I did. If I hadn't have had to worry about another living human being so early on, I think I would have been more driven. I think I would have had time to actually find my drive and find what I wanted to do.
I don't know. I understand. I've had this conversation with my dad and my sister, somewhat with you too, over the years. Is that I understand that it's the difference, but I don't understand not at least trying. You know what I mean? Like.
Then why aren't you trying?
Because I have I don't know. It's a tricky question because I was gonna say I have in other ways like this or like I've expanded. I'm not just going to work, coming home, going to sleep, and doing the same thing. I am doing that, and I'm okay doing that. But also, I have a lot of other things that I'm trying to do in the same time.
Yeah.
Whereas, per my example, is that there are people that don't. That are completely, that have nothing in between.
Yeah.
Like, I have said, if I could quit my job and do this all day long, I probably would. And I would do it I would do it a lot more than what I'm doing it right now. It would probably be like I was at work all the time. Because I love doing this, and I think that this is great. That's why I do my dad's on top of this one, and that's why I try to get as many people in here to do this one as possible, is because I love doing this. And if it wasn't if it wasn't for the fact that I needed a job to facilitate this, but there are people that don't. There are people that just go to work, wake up, go to work, come home, cook dinner, go to bed, like that, and they're okay with that, and that. Personally, and I know I just don't have that. That's what I was getting at, and I understand that's a part of it. But I never understood that. Like nothing. Like you got nothing else that you like want to pursue or like want to get better at or anything. Like I just don't. I feel like yes, a part of that is personality wise, but also I feel like it's a part that you personally shut off.
Yeah.
I don't think it's built in. I don't think people go through life and just don't have that. I think there comes a point or something happens to people and they physically shut that off for whatever reason. Like, I can't do any of this other stuff because I have a family to provide. Won't say names, but I have somebody that is exactly how he thinks, and I know that. I've talked to him about it. That he has shut off all ambition to do anything that he's interested in outside of work, because it is his responsibility to take care of his entire family. And so he personally shut that off, because why would I try to do something else that's not making me money and not providing, when this is my main concern?
Yeah. So
I have felt like we shut that off. Like, personally. For whatever reason. But also with that, the reason why I brought this up... Sorry, I'm talking a lot. But the reason why I brought this up in the first place is because that's what I wanted your opinion on, is because that's why it got brought up in my brain, is because if you can turn it off, you can turn it on.
Yep.
And I feel like a lot of people don't turn it back on.
Well, no, because you get trapped in that thought process of you can't.
But even when I've seen people get out.
Because I know my problem is I struggle a lot with fighting back and forth about, yeah, I could better my career, I could be making more money, I could be doing this, but that would mean less time with my kids.
Yep.
And yes, it would mean that I'd be able to provide more for my kids, but do I need to provide more for my kids? My kids get what they need.
Yeah.
They have their basics. I can buy them clothes if they don't have clothes. I can buy them food if they don't have food. I can, I provide what they need right now. And if the girls wanted to go to school, I can help facilitate that as well. Mm-hmm. Like, if the girls, granted, we don't have, a bunch of money just to put down on any college they want to go to. That they're probably going to have to get scholarships. They're probably going to have to work for it. But we can help. We can help facilitate it. And it's like, do I need more for them? Mm-hmm. Do I need to sacrifice time with them to provide that for them? And that's where I fight with it. Because I'm like, I can do whatever I want when the kids are gone. But while they're here, this is all I get.
Harry Potter wasn't written until she was 30.
Yeah, I'm just saying, I think that's what I
struggle with.
My
wife keeps reminding me.
That's what I struggle with in my brain, because everyone's like, well, why aren't you doing more? Why aren't you doing this? That if that's what you want to do, why don't you go to school to do that? And my problem is if I was to go to school right now, I would be working full-time and going to school full-time. What time do I have for my children? And I don't have much time left with my children. You get only the 18 years, and that's it. And I'm going to tell you right now, I have a 14-year-old. That goes by really fucking fast. Really fast. Like, stupid fast. And they tell you that when you have a kid, but you don't understand it.
Well, I've told you that. I said that on Emma's last birthday to you, mainly because she wasn't here. But I said that it's even crazy to me, just the 8 years that we've been together.
Yeah.
It's
How
just,
fast it's gone by.
It's just crazy to me looking back, because I was going through, which I ended up sending her, but I made a post about her birthday that she was officially like a teenager this year, and that I had officially been in her life for half of her life. And so I was going back, I was trying to find pictures from like when we first got together or whatever, when I first met her. And just 2 years, it's crazy to me, because like even with pictures, which there's a lot of other things like personal things in between there, but even picture wise, just 2 years, just from 12 to 14, like the difference between her specifically, not just like picture wise,
looking like a child to looking like a teenager,
just 12 to 14. And not taking into account like personality wise. Like I say that all the time, and it's weird it's nice the age gap between Emma and Alice, because a lot of the things that Alice is going through are identical to Emma. Like
we've been through it.
Like it's ridiculous. And I say this to Emma all the time when she gets annoyed with Alice.
With Alice. Yeah.
I'm like, this is like
this
is exactly what you were like. Like, it's not even like a little change. It's not even like you were like a little different. Like, the exact same things that you're getting upset with her about, we were getting upset with you.
Yeah.
Like, the 17 TikToks in a row of the same sound over and over again. Like, you did that for months. Even after we were like, okay, that's why I ended up putting in that rule with both the kids, is that 3 times and then you're turning the volume down. Yeah. The same video 3 times and then you're turning the volume down. It's because of Emma, because she did it. And her personality, like, I said that to you when she got in the truck the other day, when she was like, I don't know if I want to be friends with these people, because all they do is drama, and all they have is drama and whatever, and I'm like, and I was just thinking to myself, I was like, the fact that you're able to recognize that is, like, growth in itself. But the fact that that's no longer a draw to you, because that was
her whole life.
That was her whole draw. Anything drama. Fights, any drama that had anything to do with anything. She gravitated. She loved being in the center of drama all the time. And for her to get to a point where she's like, that's just silly. Like, whether she still gets into drama or likes it or whatever, the fact that she can make that distinction is just like, you're getting older. And I think that's, like, I don't know, it's just crazy to me to see.
You're doing it. Good job.
Not just with that, but it's just crazy to me to see the growth in between.
Yeah.
Because there was, like, child, and then there was, like, that. And then there's this. And it's just great to see. It's the neighbors. And there's just great, I don't know, it's just nice to see, like, her becoming in whole, like, finding who she is. Like, finding her personality. I said the same thing about Alice. Like, Alice has gone through...
I just want to see if it'll do it again. Yeah. Weird.
Alice has gone through the whole thing of finding her personality. Like, she's gone through, you know, being out there and in everybody's face and, like, pay attention to me, pay attention to me, pay attention to me, to solitude, to finding out what she finds funny, to the thing that the thing that got me the most, and it got you too, is when Alice went from not even being able to be in the same room as somebody that was watching a horror movie.
Yeah.
To, like, I want to try it. So, like, I want to see if I can handle it. To now, like, I'll watch it. Like, even if there are movies
and
that
now
she doesn't...
she's excited for... Even
for
right
Thanksgiving.
now she's excited for a movie that's not even out yet.
Yeah.
She's telling me, we have to watch this. When it comes out, we have to watch it.
And she's been honest about it. And I think that's... I don't know. There's other growth for the both of them, but just those are the things that like.
It's just little things.
Yeah. But Alice has also been honest about it too. Like if there have been movies that have legitimately scared her, she's been like, I don't think I want to watch that one again.
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
But it's not. But it's not like I'm gonna stop watching those type of movies as a whole. Like she's figuring out what she enjoys.
What parts of the genre that she is okay with.
And she's doing that. And she's doing that with everything, like music wise, personality wise, like fashion wise. Like she's figuring it out, and that I don't know. That's I like seeing that the same way I like seeing that in Wyatt.
Yeah.
Is finding out, like, doing the things of figuring out who you are and what you like and what are a part of your personality and what things you're going to keep, what things you're not. Like, I don't know. I enjoy that. But I will bring this up, unless you have something else you want to add.
No.
I will bring this up, though. You had a very emotional day today.
Well, yeah.
Because we cut Samson's beard off.
Samson doesn't have a beard, it's his hair. Anyways. I know your family's all upset. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know if they are, but...
Probably. They won't tell you, though, so there's that.
So, just a little, like, here we are, and for any of the viewers who don't have kids, when you have your last kid, and you know it's your last kid, like, it's like, you know for sure, like, this is it, this is my last kid, that one will break your fucking heart. That child, every little step, every little growth, everything they do will fucking murder you. And I had one of those moments today. So, Wyatt's, he's had a mullet for, almost a year now?
Yeah.
But the problem is he doesn't like us brushing his hair. So the long part of it, we can't brush, because he won't let us. Mm-hmm. He's very weird about his head in general. Like, because he doesn't like to have it cut, or even when I bring out the trimmers or anything like that, he doesn't like...
Well, he has no problem trying to cut my hair.
But he doesn't like us touching his hair. And so I had to cut his hair because I was like, Bud, we got to do something with this, because the back of it was just strings of... He was dreading. Mm-hmm. It was dreads. So I was like, we got to do something with this. So I cut his hair today, and I cut it... I mean, it looks really nice. It, fade up to like a little longer on the top. But I shaved the whole sides and back. And I had to use a lot of, like, techniques to keep him still. A lot of, like, here, hold the trimmers. Here, hold the comb. Here, comb your hair with some water. While I'm, like trying to hurry up and do it without him noticing. And then anytime I use the trimmers, I just have to hug him. I just have to, like, hug his head while I, like...
You're fine.
So I'm going in blind half the time, but...
You're fine.
But it turned out really well.
It
but
did.
The problem is it turned out too well. Because he's running around the house looking like a whole-ass boy.
Like a whole-ass boy.
Like, this isn't a baby anymore. This is a grown child.
And then Dad didn't make it any better because put him in jeans and a sweater.
And I cried. I bawled. I couldn't handle it. He was too handsome, but it was like... It wasn't a happy cry. It was a, oh my god, my baby is not a baby cry.
I'm out of the baby part of this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I didn't have that moment with the girls. Like, it was slower with them. You know what I mean? It wasn't like a click, they're not a baby, oh my god, and then me bawling. Like, It was like... It was, oh, they're getting so big. Yeah, they're really getting bigger, like, over time. And then... I think the only time with the girls that you actually feel that emotional, like, anything, is, like, when they first go to school. Like, that first day they go to school, you're like, oh, that's so sad. And, like, I don't even think I cried on their first days. I think Alice, I, like, got emotional, but I don't think I cried. Mm-hmm. And then as far as, like, kindergarten and graduation, I didn't cry at Emma's graduation. cried a little at Alice's.
You got upset at Alice's.
But I feel like Wyatt's everything is gonna be like, it's gonna be a problem.
Well, yeah, because like you said, it's the ability to not be able to go back.
Yeah. Like, I'll never get these moments again. I'll never...
Whereas with the girls, you had the ability, obviously, because you have Wyatt, you had the ability to
have another child.
Maybe get this another time.
Yeah.
Whereas now, you don't. Like,
I don't have that ability.
There's not an option anymore. So, yeah, I feel like there's a lot of things that... And
don't get me wrong, I'm okay with it. I'm totally okay with the fact that I can't have any more kids.
You've even said... Well,
I don't want people to think, oh, see, she regrets it. No,
see, I told you.
I do not regret it.
No, but I feel...
I cannot do pregnancy. It's not good for me.
I feel like that even plays in... And me and you have talked about that. That even plays into how you parent Wyatt. I think that there's a lot of things that you let go or change or do differently with Wyatt than you did with the girls. And not just as a parenting style, but also as a... I don't know how to explain this. Just
well,
that
I've also changed some things just
that he's the last
it's
one.
Not necessary.
Just that he's the last one.
Like I told you the other day, I look back at, like, Wyatt does things where...
That you were too harsh on the girls.
Yeah, and I look back at when the girls were his age, and I'm like, God, I was so harsh on them. Like, they're toddlers, they're 2. Like, I was so concerned, because I was such a young parent, and everyone was already always judging me.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't like I was like a 25-year-old or 30-year-old parent and I was like worried about people judging me because my kid's crying. I was an 18-year-old parent, so like I was already being prejudged before my child started crying in public. And so anytime I had a situation like that, it was like, or throwing a fit or being upset or whatever, it was like, can you please fucking stop? Like, yeah. And I look back at that and I'm like, why did it matter? Why did it matter? Kids cry. That's what they do. Yeah. Like, I wish I would have had someone with me the whole time that was more so like, it's okay. It's okay. Who cares what they think? Mm-hmm. Like, just, even if I had someone just telling me who cares what they think. Because I feel bad about the way the girls, like, got raised at that time. I'm not saying I was a terrible parent or I was extremely harsh or, like, abusive. I was just more... Like, I don't know, I was just more like, stop it.
Judgmental about yourself than...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas Wyatt cries in public or is crawling around the booth at a fast food restaurant and I'm like, I don't have to tell you, he's 2. Like, sucks for you. If you wanted a fancy place to eat, maybe you should have gone to a fancier place to eat than Taco John's.
The Taco John's. At a Piggly Wiggly.
Sorry. My kid's gonna crawl all over the booth.
It's not even his own Taco John's. It's the Taco John's attached to a Piggly Wiggly.
Yeah.
With 2 booths in the whole restaurant.
Well, even things like, okay, so even things like when we go to the play areas.
Yeah.
At like restaurants, I was so much more like up their asses than I am with Wyatt. Like, no, you can't do that. You can't go down the slide like that. No, you can't. Don't do that. Keep moving. Mm-hmm. Get out of the kid's way. Whereas, like, now I'm like, we're in a kid's area.
You're all kid. Just figure it out.
Yeah, we're in a fucking kid's area. They're gonna do what they do. Like, just...
Get out of my way.
Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I don't want my kids to end up like those kids we were with the other day.
Yeah.
When we were in the McDonald's and everyone was squealing. Like... And it was non-stop, and the parents didn't say shit. And
well, the thing that gets me... And, like, obviously, we've talked about this. We just talked about this today, actually.
And those kids weren't
but,
2.
Like,
they were, like...
No.
7.
Yeah. But, like... those play places specifically... And I get it. For the same reason that you're saying, you don't want to be like... You don't want to tell your kids because they can't act right. We can't go to McDonald's.
Yeah.
I get that. But also, every fucking play place is echoey. If your child...
Yeah, why?
If your child has been there for 10 minutes and has squealed at the top of his lungs for 10 minutes...
The entire fucking time.
I think it's about time to take him outside the echoey fucking play place.
Or just say something.
Even
if the parent... Okay, I would be more okay with the kid screaming if the parent had at least even tried to say something. If the parent was like, can you please stop screaming? Can you please stop screaming? And they got defeated. Like, okay. Alright.
I get that.
At least you said something.
Kids suck.
At least you said something. It's the fucking parents that sit there and act like nothing is happening.
That they don't hear anything.
They don't hear a damn thing. And they're just sitting there on their phones eating, not even acknowledging the fact that their kid has blood-curdling screamed for 10 minutes. And I'm literally, you can ask him, because I'm literally sitting in my booth, cupping my fucking ears.
I find it, that moment specifically, I find it really funny because, like, I'm normally really sensitive to that. And I was trying to be, like, understanding for you. Because I was like, I don't want to be like, can we leave because my ears hurt? Like, I already do that a lot anyway. Because I have really sensitive ears anyway. But, so I was sitting there, like, dealing with it. I was like, whatever. It happens. It's a kid thing. Whatever. And then you were like, I think we need to go. I was like, okay.
I can't fucking do it anymore.
We can leave. That's fine.
I tried to hold out as long as I could for Wyatt.
Waiting on you, Boo Boo.
I was trying to hold out as long as I possibly could for Wyatt, and I was just like, I can't.
Those girls, though.
Those
those
they
girls,
loved him.
Yeah, but he kept, like, towards the end there, he was just like...
You don't need to touch me anymore.
Yeah. He's like, I can come over here without you touching me.
You don't need to hold my hand. We can walk.
We got it. I got it. And then he was sitting up at the table watching the screen, and they kept being like, come play. And he was like...
No, thanks. He looked at me and Dad like, do I have to?
I was okay just watching this, if that's okay with you guys, yeah?
That's ultimately why I was like, okay, we can go. Because he looked like he was kind of over it anyways, and I was like, perfect, great, let's get out of here.
Great, we're all over it.
Let's get the fuck out of here, because I can't do this fucking screaming anymore. I'm surprised Wyatt took the screaming as long as he did, because usually when it's over a certain decimal for a long period of time, he gets anxious too, but... Not like our nephew, though. He can't do screaming at all.
Yeah. I don't like it at all.
At all.
So, do you think that there... Well, for that point, I'll go back to what I originally brought up. But...
Can I have a drink of your water?
Yeah.
I'm parched. My mouth is dry.
Dry. But... Going back to what I brought up, though.
Oh, that is super sweet.
Yeah.
How much did you put in there?
I put the whole thing in there.
Oh, just one?
Yeah.
Oh, it doesn't taste like one?
Yeah, that's how it always tastes.
Oh,
that's why I like it. It's very strawberry. Strawberry. Do you think you would have been better off if you would have been pushed for more ambition?
No, because I also have an...
Aversion to authority?
Yes.
Because I know that there are things...
I don't do what I'm told.
I know, but there are things in your life that made it easier for you. You know what I mean? Like, there are things like Dan with the alarm clock.
Yeah.
Or, like, you need to start paying for stuff, or you need to find a place to live. Or, like there are things in your life that have pushed you to have ambition, is my point. Do you think that if you would have had more of those things in different directions, that you would have...
Maybe.
Had different ambitions? Do you think you would have had different ambitions?
I don't know. I don't know about different. I don't think different is the word. I do think my life would have been different if I know this is kind of like a cop-out thing to say, and obviously kids are going to be like kids my daughter's age and stuff, like Emma's age, are going to be like, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
But I really think having a kid as young as I did was detrimental to my ability or my ambition to do more. I think I was so And I'm not saying it's because I was a bad mom. I think it's because I was so focused on being such a good mom and
that you
being
didn't
there
focus on
and
you.
I gave up on me completely. It wasn't about me anymore. It's about this other fucking person. And that's what it's been for the last 14 years. It's been about these people and that's it.
Do you think that has, well, obviously, but do you feel like that has shaped your ambition as far as, like, all of it? Like, obviously,
I think
obviously having a kid so young, your brain, I know you personally, your brain switches to, I need a job, I need this, I need a place to live, I need to do this, I need to do this to have a car. Like, me and you have talked about, like, you do what you can so that you are able to go to work. You are able, even if you have to hitchhike for an entire year to get to work. Yeah.
Yep.
Like, you do what you can to provide for that one thing.
Yep.
Like, it's not about you having food, it's about them having food.
Yep. And I've starved for my kids.
And so my question to that is that, do you feel like that type of ambition that you had towards Emma and eventually Alice, do you think you still would have had that drive in something else without having that, like, I need to, like, without having that kickstart, if you understand what I'm saying?
I think, so, I got a job when I was, like, 15.
Yeah, the professional Burger King.
And I haven't, I mean, other than, you know, being off a little here, a little there when I had kids, I've never really not had a job since I was 15. So I think the ambition to go and do has always been there. I was fully planned to go to the Air Force. Like, I had already talked to a recruiter, it was already
Done.
Like, all I had to do was have my parents sign the papers, and it was ready to go. And I was just waiting for graduation for that. So, you know, I had plans. My plan was to go to the Air Force, do what I had to do to be able to go to college, because we didn't really come for money, so it wasn't like, you know. Mm-hmm. And I didn't want to have to ask my parents to pay for college or anything like that. I just wanted to be able to do it. So I had the ambition. I had the ambition to go and do, and I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life.
But you had the ambition that you knew that this is.
I knew that if I went to the Air Force, I had time to figure that out. Mm-hmm. I knew that if I went into the Air Force, not only did I get training and things, I could get my pilot license. I could get, you know, there's other jobs in the Air Force that I could do outside of the military, and I could go to college. The Air Force was going to pay for college. So I was like, this is, you know, and even if I just went and did the basics of college, at least I had the basics down, like the, you know, just the regular classes that you need for whatever, then I could get an idea of what I wanted to do. Like, I could actually follow some sort of plan from there. And that was my overall plan. Because I've always never not really known what I wanted to do with my life. And I still am kind of like, I don't know, I want to be a little bit of everything. Like,
That's kind of my problem. It's always been my problem. That's why I'm good at a lot of things. I shouldn't say good. I'm mediocre at a lot of different things.
Exactly. I'm pretty okay at almost everything.
I'm the world's okayest drummer and artist.
I'm the world's okayest everything. Yeah. So, but, you know, obviously getting pregnant when I did, that ruined that. Yeah. And I could have still gone into the Air Force. I could have still done this. I could have still done that. But like I said, I've always struggled with that as a parent, because I'm like, I need to be there for my kid. Mm-hmm. My kid needs me. I don't need to be in the military, like, and never be able to see my kid. And also, who's going to take care of my kid when I'm in the military? Like, their dad decided to join the military. Yeah. So
he got in first.
Well, he dropped out and went to the military, so it wasn't like I didn't even have an option. He dropped out and went to the military before I was even done being pregnant. So I didn't get the choice on, oh, okay, well...
Guess not.
Yeah, it was like, yep. And I wasn't going to have her live with two parents who are in the military. Like, that's... And I'm not dissing on anyone who lives that lifestyle. I'm not saying that you're a horrible parent, you're not there for your kids. I just have this drive in me, and I have this, like... this thought process of this is the only time I'll have with them. And selfishly, I'm not willing to sacrifice that time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not willing to sacrifice the only time I have with my children.
You said this probably a year ago now, and I don't even remember I don't even know if you remember that you said it. But you said we were talking about something about Wyatt. About how he was the last one.
Mm-hmm.
And you said something like, it took me a while to realize that this is what I was meant to do. That there aren't many things that I am great at, but I am great at being these kids' mothers.
Yeah.
And did you always feel that way? Or is that kind of like something that you've realized later?
Oh, no.
Like, was it like the moment, like... Because we've talked about the moment that kids are born a lot.
Yeah.
And how it's different for guys and girls and women. But, like, was that a thing that you knew, like, when Emma was born? Like, in the oncoming years
I always
of that,
knew I was meant
like,
to be a mom. Like, even before Emma was born, I always knew I was meant to be a mom. I never expected to be one that early. Like, my plan was, like, 25, 30.
Mm-hmm.
My long-term, like...
I made it.
Good job. Growing up as a little kid, I was always under the impression that I wasn't going to start having kids until I was at least 25.
Until you got your shit together.
That's what I always had, like, in my head.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously that didn't happen. Shit happens. But... I always, like I said, I always knew I was meant to be a mom, and even from a young age, I always knew what kind of mom I was going to be. I always knew I was going to be a sacrificial mom.
Mm-hmm.
I was always going to be the one that sacrifices everything for my children. And part of that might have been how I grew up. Part of that might have just been part of me.
That's what appealed to you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But... no, there was a lot of time in the beginning of Emma where I'm like, maybe I'm not a good mom. Maybe I'm not meant for this. Maybe I'm not supposed to, you know. And it wasn't until Alice came around that I was like, no, this is my life. These are my life. Because
there are a lot of things. Me and you have talked about this, and I know that you've gotten to a point where you don't care. But there are a lot of things that, like, you, especially since we've been together, that you do that I've been like, I don't know if I would have done that, or like, I probably would have done that sooner, or I would have done that different. But there's never a time watching you with the girls, and especially with Wyatt, that I've been like, you're not a good mom. You know what I mean? And so that's why I asked, is because, like, I was wondering if you, because I know that you had said that to me, if that's, like inherent thing, because I know that, like, there are people, I have friends that have always said that, since I was in fucking middle school with them, that they were born to be mothers.
Yeah.
And they become mothers. They're not good mothers. Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? And everybody parents different, and I understand that. But, like, I feel like with things that I've talked to you about, and, like, understanding where you've been, and, like, stories and stuff with the girls, and how they've grown up, that you genuinely are, like, a good mom. In a very good parent. Like, to the point of, and I'm not
I'm
saying,
so flattered.
I'm not saying that to you, but I'm saying, and you can...
Others would disagree with you.
You can psychoanalyze this statement if you want, because I'm sure you will. But there's a lot of things in you, in your parenting, that remind me of my mom.
Yeah. For
sure. And I haven't really seen that in a lot of people as far as parents go. And so, like, for you to say that to me, that's why it kind of clicked in my head. For you to be like, this is what I was meant to do. Like, I feel like I was just meant to be a mom to these kids.
Yeah.
Like, I can see it and feel it in you, is because that's what my mom has always said, that she was meant to be a mom. Like,
and your mom was. Like, your mom is.
And I see a lot of that in you. That's why that statement resonated with me that you said it, is because, like, it's not just...
Maybe that's why I idolize your mom so
much. It's not just people
saying... because I see so much of, like, who I want to be as a grandma in your mom.
My mom's great. I've said...
Not to go full circle and go back to how amazing my in-laws are, but let's go full circle and go back to how amazing my in-laws are.
I say that a lot, that there are a lot of things that, like, I look for in my parents, and a lot of things that I know, especially as a parent and with the girls, that I'm going to have to do and make hard decisions.
Yeah.
But that is encouraging to me, seeing that in you, because I'm like, selfishly, I'm like, I didn't turn out so bad. So, like,
I think a lot of where I get it from is my mom.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
your mom is
I
also
think
great.
She is great.
I think you have a pretty perfect combination of your mom and my mom.
Yeah, I think I've always contributed my playfulness to my dad when it comes to playing with kids.
Mm-hmm.
But that's only the little stages. That's only the little kids. And that's mostly just because I never really got to see my dad with older kids. I never got to see him with me as an older kid. So I don't, you don't
know what that would look like?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But as far as, like, my ability to sacrifice myself for my children, that's definitely my mom. Because my mom sacrificed a lot for me growing up. And I may not have acknowledged a lot of it then.
But you acknowledge it now.
But I mean, I see it all the time. Mm-hmm. And the moment I became a parent, I saw a lot of it. So, it's like, and I did see a lot of it when I was a kid too. I wasn't like a very naive child. Like, I did see it. It's just, it's funny how much more you see.
Yeah, once you become a parent.
And I think a lot of that, I mean, a lot of me willing to like hitchhike to work so my family has money. Me literally starving because my kids need to eat. That I definitely get that from my mom. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm willing to sacrifice my own body, my own safety, my own whatever to ensure that my children have just the basics, just whatever they need. And a lot of my playfulness towards the little kids I get from my dad, but a lot of the playfulness I see now with me towards, like, Emma and Alice, I remember it being like that with my mom. Mm-hmm. Like, and it's funny to me because it's so different between how I play with Wyatt and how I play with Emma and Alice. Because, yeah.
I think you said it perfect, that it changes. Your perspective changes. And I've said that. I've said that about my parents, that your perspective changes based on when you're a kid and when you're actually a parent.
Yeah.
And I
even as an adult without kids, I imagine you don't see it as much as you do until you have children. Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't really know because I've always had children. Like, I've had children since I became an adult, so...
There's a lot of things, and it going back to my statement about you being a lot like my mom, is that there's a lot of positivity I have about Wyatt. For sure.
Yeah.
Because I have gone back and forth throughout the years personally for me about what I get and where and why I ended up how I am.
Yeah.
And I used to think that I got a lot of things from my dad, and then I used to think I got a lot of things from my mom, and I think I got a pretty good blend of the both of them. And seeing you in the growth, because I've been with the girls since they were, Alice was what, 5?
I think like 4.
4? So
I would have been 6, I think.
Yeah. So I've been with both of them for half their lives. So I've seen, like, from 4, which Wyatt's almost 3. So I've seen from, like, the younger age till 14, I've seen the progression. I've seen your parenting. I've seen your influence in that. And I've seen where that goes. And so, like I said, over the years, I used to think I have a pretty perfect blend between my two parents, but how much you remind me of my mom and your mom is that it gives me hope for Wyatt. More so than the girls, because the girls are kind of where they're going to be at, pretty much, personality-wise, and they're figuring it out. And like I've said before, I'm really...
They're cool.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's what I was saying. Like, they're figuring it out, and I'm really... I've said this before.
Just the way you worded it made it sound like there's no hope for them,
no,
so I'm just kind of onto Wyatt.
No, I wasn't saying it like that. I was saying they're kind of at their, like, figuring it out. Like, they're not trying different things for the most part. Like, they're kind of, like, where they're going to be at, pretty much.
Yeah, outside influence from the parents doesn't really happen so much at this point.
Yeah. But...
I wouldn't agree with that.
You
and
wouldn't?
The only reason I wouldn't agree with
that?
Yeah, the only reason I wouldn't agree with that is because my stepdad wasn't a part of my life until I was about 15, and he played a huge influence on who I am and how I am and my personality and my drive as far as work.
But as far as like us being able to influence them in a way that's not ambitious. Like, as far as personality-wise, and what they kind of see the world as. Our influence on them is kind of almost over.
Yeah.
But Wyatt is still young enough where he's still getting that. Like, he's still learning that. And I feel like that is the fun part for me internally. Is because I feel, and not to say I'm awesome, but I feel like because I have a blend of my mom and my dad, because I took a lot of things from my mom and not just from my dad, is why I am the person that I am, why I am the man that I am, and the husband that I am. And so I feel like the blend between me and you, I'm excited to see where that goes with him. Is because I feel like I could be wrong. He could turn out to be a shit and not listen. But
he's crazy smart, and that's
what
scares me.
I was crazy. I was really smart too.
That's what. Okay, but this is.
I was really smart.
This is
kind of fell off.
And no offense to you, because it happened to me and it happens to Emma.
Mm-hmm.
But this is what scares me about how smart Wyatt is. The public school system is not built for people like us.
No.
It teaches people like us
to not be smart.
To not be smart.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what scares me for Wyatt.
Well, that was what I was going to say. We can wrap up here soon. We need to anyway.
Yeah, I have to go to work. And I like to warm up a little before I leave.
But that's what I told Emma. That's going to be, that as a parent, that's going to be the hard part. I didn't tell Emma this, sorry. About Emma.
Yeah. That's
going to be the hard part for me. Is because I dropped out of high school my junior year. And I've said this. I'm not saying that this is the best option for everybody. It was, without a doubt, the best option for me at that time. And I still stand by that. But I also had a plan, too, when I did it. I was like, if I'm going to drop out, I need to do this, and this, and this, and I need to get here before I was supposed to graduate. I see Emma Granted, she's just a freshman. You failed most of your classes as a freshman.
Yeah.
So it happens, and you still graduated pregnant. So
with honors.
It can happen, but
just saying.
I was thinking about this the other day that if she decides to drop out, I know Emma, and I know she's gonna be like, "Well, you did it," and that's gonna be the hard part for me because as a parent, you want to be like, "Yeah, but you still should because this is important." But also, that being said, what you just said, you're also not built for success in that system.
Yeah, but you still have to finish that system to get to the successful system after.
Yes.
Yep.
So that's going to be the hard part for me. I know
Okay, but luckily nowadays there's more
options.
Mm-hmm. So if Emma's like, I don't want to go to school anymore, I could be like, would you like to finish your high school online?
Well, she doesn't have a fucking option now because they're putting her in fucking in extra classes now.
Yeah.
They're like, you don't even have a choice.
But I'm just saying, like, if she gets to a point like that, I can be like, well, it's important to get your high school diploma. Mm-hmm. So do you want to do it online? Do you want to go to a...
Well, luckily we've been very honest with the girls. And I will continue to say that. I love that about you, and I love that about our parenting in general. I like how honest we are. I think that there are times that it backfires, but overall I feel like it's a good option.
Yeah.
But I've also been very honest with both the girls that yes, for me it was probably the best decision. I still stand by that. It was the best decision for me at the same time at the time.
At that time.
But it stuck me in a position of working where I work.
Yeah.
I can't work I shouldn't say can't. It is very difficult for me to work anywhere other than where I work, in a factory doing what I do.
Or any higher than what you do.
Yep. It is very hard. It can happen, but almost impossible. Whereas if I would have done that, I would have at least had some sort of higher up to be like, oh, okay, I can do this. I would have had other doors open. And I've told both of them that. I was like, I want the both of them. Yes, it's easy, and yes, it might be the better option, but you need to think ahead of time. You don't want to be 50 years... You don't want to be 60 years old working in a fucking factory. Like,
yeah.
You don't. Nobody does. Anyway, you're cold. We gotta go. You gotta go to work.
Yeah.
Thanks for talking to me.
Alright.
We got things. We did things.
He made a sign.
We did things. I did. Okay, so I wanted to get a neon sign because I thought it'd be really cool, but they're like $500. So I was like, fuck that. So then I made one. And it doesn't really look neon-y because there's not a whole lot of light on it. But it looks pretty cool. It looks pretty cool. So we'll get better. I promise we'll get better. I know this is really grainy and dark and very 90s YouTube-y.
90s?
Well, the
2000s.
The late 90s.
Take me to Candy Mountain, Charlie!
But we will get better. It'll look better. This is just a tester, a teaser, if you will. Teaser, if you will.
Dumbledore!
So yeah, we'll probably have a couple. There are still going to be spaces in between the podcasts because we got shit to do. We got lives to live, things. But we will have a couple. I want to do one more with you, and then I want to do one with my dad. So we will have a couple coming out after Thanksgiving. And hopefully it'll be better, look better. And if you have any comments or anything you want us to talk about, or any comments you have on what we talked about, then you can say that. Also, this is going to be on the YouTubes. So generic YouTube comments, smash that like button, subscribe. No, and then go to Spotify and listen and watch it the same way that you do any other. So, yeah. But it's going to be on the YouTubes. I did the YouTubes. YouTubes.
Subscribe.
Subscribe. Boop.
Here. Ish. Here. Somewhere along here.
Down here.
Hit the
Boop.
like.
Boop.
Not the down button. Hit the up button. And the subscribe button.
Anywho's, thanks for talking with me.
Yeah.
I like this. Do you like this? Do you want to go back to doing it in the truck?
No, this is fine.
I like it. I think it's fun.
You figure out the heat situation though. Otherwise,
Well, I was gonna
the
use
heater's
the.
go in my butt.
No, I'm gonna use the other. I'm gonna use the other one next time because that heats it up a lot faster.
Yeah.
I thought that would heat up faster, but it doesn't. So yeah, you gotta cornbread it. You're still in the. I framed it so it goes all the way back.
Welcome to Chili's.
Welcome to Chili's.
Beans and cornbread, beep, beep. Beans and cornbread, beep, beep.